final version of the Andor Season 2 poster, we were blessed with this image of our girl Dedra Meero serving the Empire. However, when I saw this, I was actually immediately gutted. This outfit, in conjunction with one other shot in the trailer, and spoilers, it's not the one you expect, is indicative of something that I wasn't expecting. Also, unfortunately, falls in line with something that Tony Gilroy said about all of the women in Andor. So because I'm a total angst whore, let's dive in. Everybody assumed it was going to be the panic attack shot, but no, it's this one of her overlooking Coruscant, standing in her window, looking very pensive. This gives me three major concerns. Starting at what seems very surface level, obviously we have never seen Dedra with her hair down or in this kind of like a casual outfit before. We already know that we are about to get a very raw, humanized version of Dedra just right off the bat, but it's her posture here because she looks to be almost leaning. We've really only seen her lean a handful of times, and she's doing it in an authoritative manner. She's doing it with both hands. The only other time we've seen her lean to one side is when she's feeling particularly insecure. Already it looks like we are not in a good mental place. Fair, I too would be upset if a middle manager yelled at me like this. So we have posture. Second, we have plants. I've sadly talked extensively about Dedra's bonsai tree in her office. Now it's basically in like an artificial climate controlled planter. And as we see, yes, there are 3 plants here, all controlled in glass jars, but there is a parallel I'm freaking out about. Edie Karn also controls her plants in a similar manner. I know that Edie Karn and Dedra meet at some point. So I'm doing a separate video breaking down all of her costumes we see her, and it's just too much for this. From the 2 limited shots we have of the 2 of them meeting, look at the architecture here. More specifically here with the window and the curve. We only have those 2 very minor clips, but it looks like Edie is in Dedra's apartment. I am deeply not okay with any of this. We are indeed, unexpectedly on my end, going to see a version of Dedra who is like letting down her very rigid emotional boundaries for whatever reason. I already know that whatever this is, it is not going to end well. Based upon both past behavior and also what Denise Goff has said about Dedra and like emotional intimacy, I would have assumed that this would not have gone well for Cyril. She would have probably been fine. But it doesn't look like that. Finally, we tie this back to the Collider interview with Tony Gilroy a few weeks ago. The 5 women, what they go through. Seen as sort of a Star Wars Jesus, but really I think the surprising and shocking emotional punch will come from the collateral damage and triumph of the people all around him. I've heard people say like, how do we know which 5? Bix, Clea, Mon, Vel. One could absolutely be Cinta or someone new. I'm slightly worried because in the Disney special look, we only see Vel and not Cinta on Yavin 4. With the Empire, including Dedra, actively hunting Cassian, Axis, the Rebellion, etc. With Cyril's involvement in all this, I would hypothesize the 5th one is her. We know that Dedra is not getting a redemption arc, nor does she deserve one. I fear that this is going to be far more emotionally complicated than I would have anticipated. I could also be totally wrong, but that's why this is also called overanalyzing Andor. Okay.